Rays TV is presented by Union Home Mortgage. Rays baseball from the West Coast, from Anaheim. The Rays take on the Los Angeles Angels. Hi again, everyone, with Brian Anderson, Dwayne Stats. We'll be joined by Ryan Bass throughout the afternoon as well. Well, the Rays looking for a win here in Anaheim. The good news has been the consistency at the top of the batting order from Yandy Diaz.
Hey, listen, as far as Yandy Diaz goes, the beat goes on and the beat goes on. Dwayne, listen, the cream will always rise to the top, and that's exactly what Yandy has done. On the strength and back of this 26-game on-base streak, he is now at the top of the American League in batting average, but it hasn't been just about the batting average. Look at the extra base hits. 7 doubles, 7 home runs over the course of the streak, and the runs driven in. 23 RBI in 26 games for Yandy Diaz. He continues to get it done. Let's talk about the pitching matchup now, and the Rays are going to go with the opener and Casey Legumina. How long does that mean he's going to be out there? We will wait and see. You feel that Ian Seymour is going to be the guy that gets the bulk of the innings behind him. And then Grayson Rodriguez making the start for the Angels. Been kind of a mixed bag for him. Has not been very good at home, but we know he's got very good stuff. We'll see what version we get today.
This is the first stop on this swing to the West Coast. With that in mind, road tripping coming up with Ryan Bass. Rays TV, presented by Union Home Mortgage. Now let's go check in with Ryan Bass, another edition of Road Trippin' with Ryan.
Well, today, Road Tripping with Ryan brings us 16 miles from Angel Stadium to the campus of Long Beach State University. And with Evan Longoria's Legacy Weekend coming up next month at Tropicana Field, where he'll have his jersey number retired and go into the Rays Hall of Fame, we wanted to come back to where it all started. Evan Longoria's story is so incredible. Under-recruited out of high school, had to go to junior college, but eventually landed here at Long Beach State University, where he became the program's highest draft pick in school history. These batting cages here behind us is where Evan really honed his craft and became one of the most dangerous hitters, not just in college baseball, but in Major League Baseball. Dwayne B.A., we're going to chat with some of his coaches, a guy he played high school baseball with, a coach that helped recruit him here and was on that 2006 staff at Long Beach State University, where Evan blossomed into a superstar. We're going to walk down memory lane as we celebrate Longo here on the West Coast. Dwayne B.A., back to you. Going to be a lot of fun as we help to highlight Longo's career here at Long Beach State before he gets enshrined into the Rays Hall of Fame.
And we're looking forward to more on Evan Longoria and his career at Long Beach State. 2 seasons there, 336. Highest draft pick in school history when the Rays picked him in the 06 draft, and the rest is history. Always great to be in his presence, and of course he delivered some great moments in Rays history, including that home run against the Yankees. We will never forget that. So we'll have a lot more on Evan Longoria's accomplishments throughout the afternoon as the Rays and the Angels conclude their 3-game series. Take a look at the starting lineup, brought to you by Orlando Health. Rays will have Yandy Diaz to lead it off, starting the day at 325 overall. Jonathan Aranda, and then Cedric Mullins in the 3rd spot, with Junior Caminero hitting cleanup. And then the number 5 hitter, some speed, and Chandler Simpson, followed by Richie Palacios and Ben Williamson. The catcher is Hunter Fiducia, and in right field, Victor Mesa Jr.
Well, our Suncoast Credit Union starting pitcher here this afternoon is going to be right-hander Grayson Rodriguez, making his 6th start of the season. You see the record even up. He's done a nice job there, but he's had a couple of rough ones too. You see that ERA there of 8.10. Here's the big reason why. Tons of base runners against Grayson Rodriguez. Got to be patient with him. He will walk you. He's allowed 4 home runs. Does have the good stuff, but you'll be able to check early in the game. What does the command look like? If it's on, okay, the Rays may be in a little bit of a battle. If he starts to spray it around a little bit, expect this Rays offense to be able to have some good opportunities. That's the mix. 4-seamer over 50% of the time, averaging 96, 97 miles per hour. Changeup, curveball, slider to round it out. Let's take a look at our defender defense. see how it's going to line up behind him. In the outfield, left to right, we've got Wade Meckler, Mike Trout, and Joe Adell. Infield, third to first, Denzer Guzman, Zach Neto, Nick Madrigal, and Nolan Shonowell, with Logan Porter getting a call behind the plate.
Then there's Kurt Suzuki, 42 years old, out of Cal State Fullerton, working on that one-year contract, 16 seasons in the major leagues. And across the diamond, out of FSU, of course, Kevin Cash, 12 seasons as the manager of the Rays, and boy, he has been here through thick and thin. A great success story, a winning percentage of .536 and 45 and 27 lifetime against this Los Angeles Angels club. All set to play baseball. Rodriguez on the hill, the tall right-hander, and here's Yandy. First pitch, and he looks that over for strike one. 81 degrees in Anaheim under clear skies. This one is fouled out of play. 0-2. Yandy on a couple times in the opening game of the series Friday with a single and a walk. And he opened the game last night with a base on balls. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And boy, that's what he has done in that leadoff spot, get on base. And he has been productive as a run producer as well. And that's short center, angling out. Madrigal thought for a moment it might get over the infield, but the Angels second baseman racing out there into shallow center to grab that one. That's the way this one begins, with Jonathan Aranda about to settle in the batter's box. Aranda 269, and there's a shot back into center field. That's going to be out of the reach of Mike Trout. Extra bases coming for Aranda, and he's in with a stand-up double, his 10th double of the year. And just like that, the Rays have an early scoring opportunity.
Well, Jonathan Aranda, 108.7 off of the bat. Let's take a look at our Advent Health strike zone. And that ball right at the bottom of the zone, but middle of the plate. And Jonathan drops the barrel on it, gets it by Trout, and gives the Rays their first early opportunity.
Cedric Mullins. And there's a line drive, base hit into right. Aranda's going to be held at third. Adell coming up with that ball as he charged it. Came up with it in relatively shallow right field. No chance for Aranda to score. So Mullins with a base hit. Then just like that, first and third, with Junior Caminero due up next.
Well, he just hit it too hard. I mean, that was an absolute laser. Look how quickly it gets to Joe Adell. And, you know, Jonathan Aranda had to hold up at second base just for a beat because it was a low liner. He had to make sure that it got through. So that little hesitation and the fact that it was hit so hard, he has hung up at third, and Junior's got a chance to drive him in.
First pitch is wide. Junior with his 14 home runs. Rays would like to see him get back on a hot streak. This is wide, 2-0. Ground ball, shortstop. They go to second, 1, first base 2. 6-4-3 on the double play, and the Rays miss a scoring opportunity. Bottom of the first coming. No score.
Protection when it counts.
Bottom of the first coming. The lineup for Los Angeles, brought to you by Orlando Health. Zach Neto, the shortstop, leads off, followed by Mike Trout, Meckler, Adell, and Shonowell down the middle. Denzer Guzman 6th, Madrigal, Walton, and Logan Porter, the catcher, hitting 9th.
Well, our Suncoast Credit Union starting pitcher today is going to be right-hander Casey Legumina. Look what he has done with the Rays. 17 2/3 innings, an outstanding ERA. Obviously limiting base runners, doesn't walk a lot of guys, just 3 up against the 13 strikeouts. Comes at you from the side. There's a little deception built in. He's got some jump to his pitches, and we'll see how long his leash is today out there, how many innings Kevin Cash is going to allow him to go.
Well, Zach Neto starts the day at 228, and the pitch is a strike. The Angels shortstop.
How about that heavy fastball, 4-seam, 2-seam, 61% of the time. Sweep the breaking ball, slider, has that changeup primarily against left-handed hitters.
Well, Gomina out there. He was 0-1 with an ERA of over 4.6 with Seattle, 2-0, barely over 2 in a Rays uniform. There's a strike, and he's ahead of Neto, 1-2.
You know, 17 2/3 innings. He's been fun to watch.
Yes.
I mean, he comes at you from the side, and that ball has some life to it. It's not just into the zone. It's got some jump to it. He's been able to command it quite well. Talked about just the 3 walks in the 17 2/3.
Tap right side. He's going to have to cover first, and takes the toss from Aranda. Neto out of there, 3-1.
Legumina getting to play some defense. Let's look at the rest of the Rays defender defense. Outfield left to right, Chandler Simpson, Cedric Mullins, and Victor Mesa Jr. joining Jonathan Aranda and Casey Legumina for that matter. On the infield is going to be Junior Caminero and Ben Williamson on the right side, Richie Palacios at second base, and Hunter Fiducia getting the call behind the plate.
Mike Trout, big cut, a little piece of that went foul. Trout 1 for 5 last night, picked up a steal and a single and a run scored Friday. A couple walks, officially went 1 for 3. Trout back in. Fiducia and Mr. Sia just exchanging stories, working behind the plate.
I was wondering what was going on. That makes more sense.
Well, they were commiserating a little bit. 1 ball, 1 strike. Everybody's okay. Ready to continue. Two balls, 1 strike. We'll even the count. Angels have won 4 in a row. That equals their longest winning streak of the year. And they have given the Rays trouble. The Rays 2-3 against the Angels. Have to go 2-2 again after that foul ball. To short, and a nice pick. Williamson's throw, and a nice job on the receiving end by Aranda as well.
Yeah, and you could tell the way that ball was released by Williamson that was on purpose, but even so made for a tough play for Aranda. That ball, as he's trying to skip it across the infield, it stayed down and to the backhand side, so Aranda's got to watch it all the way in. Does a nice job of that.
So 2 ground ball outs. Now the left fielder, Wade Meckler. Want to know? Meckler with a home run in last night's game. Slices that one foul the opposite way. It's 1-1. It's foul right back. Caminero way off that bag at third with Williamson shaded toward the middle. Two and two. And that is strike three call. Meckler hesitating a little bit over that, but he is caught looking. No score through one.
Michelin, motion for life.
For every hit this season, Suncoast Credit Union donates $79 to local nonprofits. Visit suncoast.com/raise for more information. First pitch, Chandler Simpson looks at strike one. Brought Guzman in a little bit down at third base on that first pitch. This one skied short left center. Trout's coming on, making the call. You could hear him up here yelling, "I got it." And that is the first out. Richie Palacios will be up there. He's facing Grayson Rodriguez, 6'5", 26-year-old right-hander. Palacios out in front, strike one.
Pretty good changeup right there.
You'll see that a good amount of time from him.
Yeah, so especially against the lefties, which obviously you're trying to get that pitch to move down in a way. You try to speed him up a little bit, and then here comes the changeup. You know, he was one of the Orioles' top prospects, but has had a hard time staying healthy, and when he has been out there, it's been inconsistent results.
Yeah, he was a first-round pick in the 2018 draft, the 11th pick overall in that draft.
Well, there you go. Their number one pitching prospect had that good record in 24, but then all of a sudden, injuries. He's had a hard time getting out on the field, staying out on the field. And as we saw, so far this year with the Angels, the results a little mixed.
2-2. Well, that shoulder surgery really was a big issue for him, and I think the general feeling was, as challenging as the elbow is, we see a lot of surgeries there. That shoulder surgery can be problematic.
Isn't that true?
Yep.
You'd rather have the elbow.
Yes.
It's like they've done a better job of the technology in reconstructing the elbow than having to go into the shoulder. And you're right, those can be very, very troublesome.
So the count is full to Richie Palacios. And ball four, and the Rays get a base runner. They had a couple in the first inning. Double play ended that thread, and now a one-out walk in the second.
Well, that's why you said coming in, this Rays offense shut out in last night's game. They need an injection of opportunity. Then they need to be able to cash in and take advantage of it. Something that overall, for the most part, they've done a good job of. Not so much in that first inning. Let's see what they can do here in the second.
Ben Williamson at the plate. And that's the ball inside.
It's been 24 and 2/3 innings for Rodriguez so far this year. There has not been a stolen base attempted off of him yet.
And a broken bat roller to short. Out at second and safe at first.
Boy, just hit softly enough. That ball didn't have a lot on it. That was a 5 or 6 hopper out to short. So it took a beat, and that allowed Williamson to be able to sneak in there safely.
Sounded as if he might have sacrificed the bat for that as well.
Yep, that's why that ball had nothing on it. Right off the label of the bat.
Williamson aboard now for Fiducia. And the fastball for a strike. 22 lifetime wins for Rodriguez. In 24, he was 13-4. And then the shoulder problems. Back into center field. Right there to catch it. Mike Trout and the Rays leave a man. And then they got a half in, no score. Time to send your Tampa Bay Rays to the 26th MLB All-Star Game in Philadelphia. Voting open all June. You can cast your ballot every single day. Vote Rays at raysbaseball.com/vote. Joe Adell, the cleanup hitter, leads off and sends a fly ball deep down that left side, and it's going to be a foul ball. That wall down there in both right and left down the line. It diminishes in both depth and height the closer you get to the line. And that ball was foul. Strike one.
Yeah, those are the walls that if you've got a full head of steam going after a baseball, you are going to catapult yourself into the stands at a pretty high rate of speed. And we saw Joe Adell do that the night that he had 3 home run robberies in one game.
Yes.
And the last one was the best one, and it was down that right field line, and he went into the stands. I mean, catapulted right over there, made a catch in that area.
And he gets this one between Aranda and the first base bag and has himself a base hit. Well, let's go back and take a look at those catches.
All right, well, here's number 1. Okay, that's a day. You just robbed a homer. A little bit deeper into the night. Oh, no, you did it again? But then watch this one. Come on, right? In one game.
Yeah, that's a full day and night's work right there.
Now, my only question is, in the all-important statistical analytical category of defensive runs saved, did you get credit for at least 3 and then maybe more if there were runners on? Or is that still a formula we're working our way through?
Oh, here's a bunt. Foul.
I want answers, Dwayne. I want answers.
Well, you know,
okay.
We'll take a look at the flashback on this.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, yeah, that could be a negative. That goes off the glove, the forehead, and turns into a homer. So he can take it away. He can give it also.
And, you know, they originally called that a home run, and then they ruled it an error. An interesting debate about that.
So no homer?
So
that can't be, right? That's a home run?
That was the controversy over that.
Well, he did score. I know that. It happened to Jose Canseco.
Yep.
Carlos Martinez for the Cleveland Indians. Cafe. I played with him in La Guaira down in Venezuela.
Yep.
They called him...
Shonowell fouls it.
Well, here we go.
Here you go. There's
there's
exactly
Cafe.
what you're talking about.
Cafe right off the forehead. It's a home run. Boom. How about it? Both to right fielders.
Yep. Oh, that just barely got him. Boy, that's tough on an 0-2 count. The base hit for Adell came 0-2, and now the hit batter comes on an 0-2 count.
That was a Brandon Guyer move. I look like I'm twisting out of the way, but I'm kind of moving my leg a little bit closer to home plate. Look at low. Oh, did that even hit him?
I wonder. Snyder's going to head to the mound here.
We'll take another look at that.
Yes.
That was, I mean, it was close.
Here it is.
Are the pants baggy enough? I mean, did you see it hit him? I didn't.
You know, and that's the problem.
That's, I mean,
on
the
a two-dimensional screen.
Right, and yeah, and also that's one of those. If the umpires said it did not hit him, then more than likely that's going to stand. But if they said that it did, you're not going to waste the challenge on that.
Kyle Snyder finishes his trip to the mound. So Adell with a base hit. Shonowell hit by a pitch. Denzer Guzman. Now he's going to bunt and fouls it. Strike one. Guzman with a couple hits. He got into the RBI category in last night's game. The Angels scored 8. That's going to drop for a base hit. Charged by Chandler. Adell's going to head to the plate, and the throw is not going to be in time. So single hit batter and a base hit. And the Angels are on the board.
Well, and again, those base runners out there with Legumina in full control of those counts. And then a pitch here at Guzman. Listen, he continues to swing, swings at everything, gets that ball up and in, gets enough of it, drops it into left field. Chandler up throwing, and not quite enough on it to make a play of it at the plate. And the Angels jump out in front again.
Madrigal. First pitch is a strike. Well, Adell singled on an 0-2 pitch. Shanuel hit by that pitch apparently on an 0-2 delivery. Guzman singled in a run 0-1. And now Madrigal up there with a count of 1 strike. So he's been ahead of every hitter. It's 1-1. No signs of the bunt there. Walton, the DH on deck, left-handed hitter. That's a strike. 1-2. You can see Madrigal raise that arm, point toward the first base umpire, but it had already been called a strike, and you're not going to take that away. Ground ball short. Williamson, Palacios 1, first base 2. The Rays got a big double play right there. Exactly what Legumina needed, wanted, and got. So over to third base. Shanuel. And the Rays are going to make their pitching change here with Legumina opening. So let's check with Ryan Bass for another edition of Road Trippin' with Ryan.
Long Beach State University has so many decorated athletes, Olympians, national champions that have come through here. Evan Longoria's legacy is embedded here in the Dirtbag program. And you look at some of the most decorated athletes that have been here at Long Beach State. Longo is certainly one of them. I have John Strauss here, was actually the third base coach in 2006 when Longo was on that squad before, of course, he was drafted by the Rays and became an all-star, a Gold Glover, and now a Hall of Famer in the Rays franchise history. John, you talk about Longo, your first earliest memories of him. How proud are you of what he became and how he represented not just this university, but himself at the major league level?
He's represented us well. I mean, he's the epitome of what we are at Long Beach State, a guy that was kind of overlooked out of high school, had to go to a junior college, and then came here and became a freak of nature and then take it to the big league. So he's everything that we stand for and everything I think we want to be in our program.
You think of Longo back in that time to now, having his jersey retired. How proud are you of what he's accomplished, who he's become, and how he stayed the same guy at his core from then when you recruited him out of high school to where he is now?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I didn't think he was good enough out of high school because we didn't recruit him. He had to go to JC, so I was wrong, as we all are. But Evan's the same guy, showed up to the park every day, was just so good to people. That's what I remember. He was a great player. Everybody wanted a piece of the guy because he was getting famous his junior year, but he just was level-headed, smiled. People wanted autographs, he gave them, and just wanted to help his teammates. And that's what I remember about him. The superstar moments and the walk-offs are great, but I know the real Evan that just loved his teammates and loved people, and that's what I'll always remember about him.
And loved this university as well so much, in addition to what he did at the big league level. John Strauss, of course, who, again, was on that squad in 2006 where Evan Longoria really became who he is. Thanks for spending a few moments with us and to celebrate Longo as he goes into our Hall of Fame next month.
Of course, love it. Congratulations, Evan.
Dwayne, B.A., back to you guys.
All right, thank you very much. The Rays with the new pitcher, Ian Seymour, on to work against the left-handed hitter, Donovan Walton. The ball, no strikes.
Pretty good outing against the Red Sox. 4 innings, 55 pitches, 1 earned run, 5 strikeouts.
And pegged down there to third. Fairly well back end there.
He loves that changeup, and for good reason. It's a good one. Sweeps it mostly to the lefties, but he'll use that pitch against right-handers too. The 4-seam, 2-seam combined at 39%, but almost a 50-50 differential on those two.
Lifted into left, out from short. Williamson, Chandler in, and Chandler's going to make the catch. A little better angle. So a run scores. We're through 2, and it's 1-0 LA. And jersey retirement ceremony. That'll be July 11th and 12th. Be a part of the historic Longo's Legacy Weekend. Get your tickets at RaysBaseball.com/Longo. In the 3rd inning, it's a 1-0 game. Angels scored in the bottom of the 2nd. Victor Mesa Jr. leading off. Takes a look at that pitch. Puts him up 2-0. That's a strike. 2-1. Three balls and a strike. Yandy Diaz will be next. And we're going to go to 3-2 here on Mesa Jr. Well, the Rays trying to avoid a season series loss to this Angels ball club. They have not lost a series to them, a yearly series, since 2014. And they come into this game 2-3, so they're playing for a break even in the season series here today.
I think that's been the frustrating part with this team too. You know, you go back to that Detroit series.
Yep.
You know, Detroit rolled into Tropicana Field. They had the worst record, tied with the worst record with Colorado in Major League Baseball, and they sweep the series and scored 25 runs in doing so. The Rays come out here. The Angels have the worst record in the American League when this series started. You know, you lose a tight game in game 1, you get blown out in last night's game.
Yep. Yeah, and the bottom line is you have to beat the teams you're supposed to beat.
Amen. That is absolutely the key, especially when you're talking about the American League East now, where, you know, throughout the first 2+ months of the season, it's been Rays, Yankees. Rays, Yankees, everybody else. Cleveland, they're playing better, but they just lost Jose Ramirez. So, you know, they're obviously, that's a big loss for them. But you have to beat the teams you're supposed to beat.
And a walk on that pitch upstairs. An extended at bat for Mesa Jr., and he's on at first.
Continue to be patient against Rodriguez. You'll continue to get base runners and chances. Our rooms to go American League East standings show you right now that the Rays, for the first time in over a month, do not have the best record in the American League and are not in first place in the AL East. A game back of the Yankees. Yankees are winning right now. And it seems like, you know, Aaron Judge goes down. And it was like, ooh, how is that going to affect the Yankees?
Yep.
Have they lost since he got hurt? Maybe once?
If they did, I missed it.
Right.
Yep.
I agree. They have been playing outstanding baseball.
Well, the Rays inside the division have gone 17-6 in the AL East. And against the Central, 10-5. The move to first, and Mesa, just as he started to walk off and try to extend that lead, Rodriguez went over there, but he's back in.
He started to go and almost a little too far.
pitch is a ball.
You're just trying to get into that head of the starting pitcher, try to make him worry a little bit more about you than you are at the hitter at the plate making a quality pitch. And who knows, you may be tying him up too to eventually go. No one's done it so far off Rodriguez.
Ooh, and that pitch is going to be.
The catcher is challenging the call ball.
He had to reach outside of his body, so the optics weren't good for the call behind the plate, but he's going to get this overturned.
The pitch is a strike. It is strike 3. Los Angeles has 2 chances remaining.
So they overturned that call, and it's a strikeout. First of the game for Rodriguez, and it's a big one to retire Yandy Diaz.
Watch how he has to. They want to go in. So when you reach out like that, you know, that home plate umpire, it's a close ball out there, and he had to reach for it. You say that's a ball, but as you can see, that ball caught the edge of the zone.
Aranda waves and misses. Jonathan doubled in the first. One and one. Aranda came into this game hitting .269 against right-handed pitching and .268 against left-handed pitching. 11 home runs, 10 of those off right-handers. And he has himself a base hit here. Soft liner into center. That sends Mesa Jr. into second base. And Aranda now 2 for 2.
When you talk about Aranda's batting averages, this at bat right here is the reason why. He's using the middle of the field more than he has in his career. So when you're staying through the middle of the field, you're not pulling off the left-hander, you're staying in there. That front hip is closed. Same thing with the righty. You're not pulling off of him and trying to do too much. You're staying through the middle of the field. It makes you a more consistent hitter, and the numbers bear that out.
Rick Mullins looks at the off-speed pitch down. No ball, no strikes. Well, the Rays have put runners aboard in each of the front 3 innings. They left a man in the first. Double play ball ended that. Left a man in the second. That's a shot, but well foul. A little early on that one. And lines it into the seats. One and one. Two and one, laying off the breaking pitch. That will be foul the other way. Out of play, and it's 2-2.
Not too bad right there. How about that? Last 24 games, a 400 on base percentage for Cedric. 6 extra base hits. Scored some runs. He's stolen a couple of bags.
And he asked for time right here. Mullins 3 for 6 so far in this series.
Try to go upstairs.
And he fouls it back. We'll see another pitch.
Have to follow those catchers back behind the plate. Logan Porter getting the call here this afternoon, the day game.
Ooh, pretty close right there. And Mullins takes it to run the count all the way to 3-2. How about that? That is as close as you could get without it being a strike.
If you turn that ball a little bit, the seam may have hit the outside corner.
You know, that's an interesting thought about that that visual there. Because if you do turn the ball, the seam's going to be a little closer to the plate.
Yeah, especially if Mike Morgan had that baseball for any length of time.
Yep. Ooh, this one into the dirt, skips to the backstop, and the bases are going to be loaded. So a big miss there by Rodriguez.
Oh, real big miss. I think that ball ended up behind him. They're going to come out and take a look at it, make sure that he's okay, because that did look like the pitch of someone who hurt something.
Yep.
It was so badly missed. And again, he has had so much trouble staying on the field.
Yeah.
I mean, when you miss like this, usually something has gone very wrong. Other than the pitch.
Yeah. And, I mean, they were up and out of the dugout immediately to take a look, and we mentioned, you know, what he's had to come back from and how difficult it is, especially with the shoulder issues. Rodriguez, as we mentioned earlier, 13-game winner back in 24, and he's going to walk off the mound here. So the Angels will make a pitching change here in the third. Back in a moment.
Toyota, let's go places.
Rays TV is brought to you by Orlando Health. We make it personal. By Rooms to Go. Hot buys are going on now at Rooms to Go. Shop and get incredible savings store-wide. And by Suncoast Credit Union. Score fee-free checking with more perks to save big. Open your account at suncoast.com. The Rays in Southern California wrapping up the 3-game series against the Angels. We'll see a new pitcher. And while he loosens up on the mound, let's again check in with Ryan.
Well, road tripping with Ryan continues here at Long Beach State University, and this is the practice field for the Dirtbags here. And when you talk about Evan Longoria, everybody talks about the work ethic, all the hours he put in to become a Hall of Famer for the Rays and have his jersey retire. This is TJ Bruce. This is the head coach here at Long Beach State University, and ended up playing with Evan, not just in high school, but knew and has beloved Evan for quite a long time. Coach Bruce, when I say the name Evan Longoria, you smile.
Yeah.
What comes to mind for you?
Professionalism, consistency, attitude, integrity, you know, all the buzzwords, right? And I think that's something that he's embodied, more importantly, off the field, you know, and I think that's something that always gets forgotten with any superstar, right? We always talk about the on the field, but I also believe whatever they are off, it translates to on, and that's what Evan is. And he's just a pure pro.
And that is so awesome. And a guy who knows Evan better than most do, all the way back before any of this. And so grateful for your time, TJ. Love what you're building here, and so grateful to share a few moments talking about Evan.
Yes, sir. Thank you for everything, and go Dirtbags.
There you go. A Dirtbag alum, and certainly somebody carrying the pride of this program here. Dwayne B.A., Evan is so loved at this university, and I'll tell you what, you walk around here, number 3, Evan Longoria, forever revered here at Long Beach State.
Yeah, and he's revered in the history of the Rays as well. You can see some of the alumni from Long Beach State, and Evan Longoria, you know, topping that list. But some good ones right there across the board. And you know, the great thing, obviously, about Evan Longoria is his baseball talent, but he could be as low-key and engaging at the same time, and you just don't see many people like that. You know, we all have to have an ego to get up in the morning and do all we have to do, but that was really under control, and he could be very engaging and did not give you the impression that he was so impressed with himself.
No, just an even keel,
Yep.
You know, demeanor. And he never got too high. He never got too low. I know that those are, you know, the old catchphrases, but it was true.
Yep.
He was a dude, you know, a great teammate, a great guy to have around, good with the fans, good with media, good with, whoever wanted access to him. I mean, he was going to get his work in, and Ryan was talking about his work ethic, and used to go out there and see him every day at third base. And he would start with a simple dribble. He would go down on his knees and start fielding, because he said it helped his hand-eye coordination, and it took his legs out of it. He wanted to work on the hand and the eyes connecting. Then he would get up and start moving back and forth and all the different things, but he did it every day. And if one guy could have taken a day off, it was him. He never did.
Well, Chase Selseth is the new pitcher. The Rays have the bases loaded, and the first pitch to Junior Caminero is a strike. So Rodriguez goes 2 1/3, leaves with some discomfort, it appeared.
Well, let's take a quick look at our Ford Keys, and let's get him in here. We got to get Junior Caminero going. The Rays have got to get him going. He does not have a home run in his last 10 games. He's hitting, like a $140 in his last 7. We saw he hit into the ground ball double play in his first at bat, but the Rays need Caminero. Maybe this is the opportunity right here with the bases juiced.
So quickly out in front with that 0-2, and he sweeps that one and gets the swing and miss.
That's what we've been seeing as of late, where things have cooled down for Junior. He is expanding his zone, something he didn't do a lot of earlier in the year. Let's take a look at our Orlando Health slow-mo replay, and Selseth takes the breaking ball, and he can do this when you're 0-2 in the count. You can take it and try to expand that zone, see if the hitter will follow you, and he did.
And here's the first pitch to Chandler Simpson. That's a strike. It's foul, out of play. 0-2. Selseth has come in here and thrown 5 consecutive strikes. Time requested by Simpson, granted by the plate umpire. And a liner, base hit into center field. Mason Jr. will score. Coming around third to Rondo, he's going to score. And Simpson comes through, driving in both runs. And the Rays grab the lead now.
Boy, watch Chandler go down and get this pitch that's down in the zone and shoot it right through the middle of the field. Great bat control. Boy, he just goes down and swipes that ball right through the middle. That is beautiful right there. It's exactly what the Rays needed. A little momentum, a lead. Leads are nice.
Yes, they are indeed. Mullins at second, Simpson at first. Richie Palacios in the batter's box. And that's inside. Boy, that's what the Rays have been looking for. A timely hit to put some runs on the board. Shut out last night. And a strike on the inside edge. 1-1 for Simpson. A big hit, giving him RBIs 13 and 14. And I'll tell you, he had been struggling at the plate, so he has to feel good about this. Pitch is blocked. Coming into this game, Simpson had gone 2 for 32 over his last 9 games with a plate appearance. So if the Rays can get him going again, that would be a great sign. Palacios chops it by the mound to short. The pickup. Neto steps on the bag for the force play. Rays score 2, leave 2, and lead 2-1. On to the bottom of inning 3 with the Rays grabbing the lead. 2 runs in the top of the inning. The base hit delivered by Chandler Simpson. Logan Porter will open the bottom of the 3rd for the Angels. Then back around to the top of the order, Zach Neto and Mike Trout. Two 4-0 for the Rays, 1-2-0 for the Angels. And here's Porter. Spent some time in the big leagues with Kansas City and San Francisco. Fouls this one. That's a strike. Upstairs now. 1 ball, 1 strike. So there for a strike, 1-2. Porter stepping back, getting time. And he chases that one. A strikeout for Seymour.
Well, step up to the plate and celebrate backyard baseball at Tropicana Field on Sunday, June the 21st, as the Rays take on the Washington Nationals. With the backyard baseball ticket package, you'll score a ticket to the game plus an exclusive, and I mean very exclusive, Pablo Sanchez bobblehead. Visit RaysBaseball.com/backyard.
First pitch, and Neto takes that one upstairs. Zach Neto, the shortstop. One and one. Neto, the top of the lineup. With a little pop in that bat, 13 home runs.
And Kurt Suzuki has to, you see Drew Pomerantz up. He's been throwing the ball well lately. They're going to try to piece it together.
Well, that's a big league pop-up. High sky. And it's caught by Aranda.
High sky, it's a real thing.
Yep.
It's a real thing, and it is in full effect today. There is not a cloud out there. That's why Aranda, yeah.
Look at that. Try to track a baseball into that.
When it gets as high as that one did, it becomes very difficult. You lose perspective.
Yep.
You know what? All the people that don't believe the high sky, you take them out a day like this and you take a fungo and give them a nice pop up. And then when you miss it by 5 feet, you stop. Just stop. Take your tail between your legs back into the dugout.
Yeah. Then you go, why didn't you catch that? And they'll say high sky.
Yeah. I'll say, listen, sky's blue, ball's white.
The strike.
Somebody would say
one.
that. Somebody would say that.
Trout start of the day at 225 with 15 home runs. Just missed. It's a 2-ball, 1 strike count. Squares it 2-2. Trout taking a little time out of the batter's box now. And that's going to take care of the Angels in the third. Trout out on strikes. Beautiful Southern California. We're through 3. Rays lead.
Disney and Pixar's Toy Story 5. Only in theaters June 19th. Rated PG.
Rays TV brought to you by Advent Health. You are our priority in a medical emergency. Advent Health. And by Wells Fargo Active Cash Credit Card. Earn unlimited 2% cash rewards on purchases. Terms apply. Well, the Rays will head to downtown LA as soon as this game is over. And they will begin a series against the Dodgers tomorrow. Meanwhile, business to take up here with the Angels sending Drew Pomeranz to the mound now. Their third pitcher of this game. On the first pitch, Ben Williamson takes strike 1.
Well, Pomeranz is about as simple as you will find in the game here ever. 4-seam fastball and a curveball. That is it. 75-25 basically.
Down 1-1.
You know, and he's made it work. I mean, he's had a nice little run here over the last little while, just not giving up anything. Pitching very well coming out of that pen.
The strike. Yeah, he has not given up an earned run in 11 appearances out of their bullpen. Two and 2. Fiducia to be next, and then Mason Jr. Well, 3 and 2 now. Fiducia on deck with the left-hander out there. That's a shot toward the gap. That ball is going to be gone. Wow. I'll tell you, the ball left at the same time Meckler hit that wall out there. And you heard a big thump as that ball disappeared over the wall. And Williamson has belted the home run, his first of the year. And the Rays have a 3-1 lead.
Oh, you know what you're going to get from Pomeranz, and Williamson's able to square it up pretty good. And here's Meckler, doesn't even look for that baseball, and right into the wall he goes. He's tracking that ball the whole way, never even senses the wall coming up until the last split second.
So Williamson with the home run. And Meckler seems to be okay out there. The pitch to Fiducia's foul back. So the second home run of his career, and the first in a Rays uniform. One and one. But when that ball got out there on the track and kept carrying, and then Meckler hit the wall, there was a thump that you could hear.
Clearly.
Yes.
Clearly you could hear it.
That was unnerving. Have a guy running into the wall and from this distance hear that thump.
It sounded like a frog splash off the top turnbuckle in a big WWE match.
I have no doubt that that's exactly what it sounded like. The turnbuckle.
Yes.
Upstairs. 2 and 2. Foul back. Well, let's take a look at the pitch, number 1, and then the crash. Meckler in the wall as that ball disappeared.
Boy, he got the barrel through there very well. Yeah. And he hit the frog splash.
And a second. Madrigal up with this one, and Fiducia is the first down of the inning. And we'll go to Mesa Jr. with the bases empty and 1 out. Third base side foul. Guzman after it. And it's out of play over the screen. There's a granted time of the plate umpire. Popper foul, chased by Guzman. That's going to be playable, and he's there just beyond the Angels on deck circle. So 2 outs.
Designated hitter number 2, Yandy Diaz.
Yandy Diaz up for his third plate appearance of the day. With a pop to second. He's called out on strikes. How about the longest on base streaks of his career? He's getting close. 29 back in 24. And this current streak stacks up third.
Our Toyota trend. How about that? 26 consecutive. It's in third place.
Yep.
Good enough for third.
Found this one back. And another great year for Yandy at the plate. In the leadoff spot, so much of the time. Fly ball, the right side. Adele from right field makes the catch. Rays get a run on the blast by Ben Williamson. His first of the year, second of his career. Rays lead 3-1. Make your favorite players all-stars. Scan the QR code to cast your 2026 Konami eBaseball MLB All-Star ballot daily, or visit MLB.com/vote. Wade Meckler leads off. The first pitch being Seymour, a little tight. Meckler hitting out of the third spot. Joe Odell next, and then Nolan Shanuel. It's pulled foul into the screening. 1-1 now. Two on that cut and miss.
That left-on-left changeup, and he is not afraid to throw that. It's a good pitch for him. We always talk about that. If it's a good pitch for you, use it against anybody. It's going to be effective, and he shows that ability to get it away from these left-handed hitters, get them waving out over the top of it.
Two and two. Yeah, that was the basic baseball story. Change up. If you're a lefty, okay, throw it to a right-handed hitter. Fly ball left center. Waiting for it, Mullins, and he makes the catch. But that's not really the case so much anymore.
No, I mean it was discouraged and at times mandated.
Yep.
You didn't throw a left-on-left changeup.
Yep.
They were so afraid of it fading back down and in, and we always talk about left-handed hitters down and in. That's kind of like the juice zone. And you know, I wish that, because changeup was my best pitch. You know, outside of a located fastball.
Sure.
But my breaking balls left a little to be desired, and so the changeup would have been a more handy pitch for me against the left-handed hitter, but I never threw it against him.
Yeah.
Not until the very end of my career. It was.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
You show him a breaking ball maybe once in a while.
Oh, I'd show him.
Come back with that fastball well located and a changeup.
Move it around. Yeah, I mean, and you do that enough, and you have an idea of how to sequence and how to use both sides of the plate. You know, and realize, and I had to realize this because I wasn't going to overpower many guys at all, if anybody. But you understand that hitting is timing. My job is to throw that timing off.
Yep.
It was that simple. And we see it more now. Even with all the stuff that's in the game, you get a guy like Seymour, you get a guy like Nick Martinez, you get a guy that can change speeds and effectively pitch to both sides of the plate, and you can be a handful to face. You always will be. And especially now when all the hitters are training for velocity.
Yep.
They don't see that style of pitching very often, and when they do, sometimes it looks like they don't have an answer for it.
3-1 fastball foul there. There's a case right there. I mean, Seymour's not going to throw 98. At 3-1, he threw him a fastball and had him behind the fastball.
And that's what that changeup will do. It'll speed that fastball up, especially if you get a hitter, looking for a different pitch. That fastball will tend to jump on him, even if it's in the low 90s.
Foul ball there. So 3-2 pitch to be made one more time. Touch of the rosin bag before. See, those four-seamers, 92, 91. And a little bit up with the changeup there, and he walks him. So Adele is on for the second time in this game. Little flashback. Hey, here's a guy knows what he's doing out there.
He does it. Look at that little hanging breaking ball. Caught him looking.
Yeah, see there?
I'd tell you, I would backdoor it. No sleep. I had hair, Dwayne.
Yeah.
No hair and no facial hair. Looked like I was 12.
Fine-looking young man right there. Sean Well takes the pitch upstairs. This is where it all began in the big league.
It did. It did. It was not my first. My first appearance was actually in Toronto, and that was in September of '93. They were reigning world champs, and came in relief. And I just got drafted that year. I had 2 starts in AA, 2 starts in AAA. Let's go to the big leagues. Yeah, so I was ready for that, and came into that ball game with 50-some thousand fans. And again, the first guy that you face is Paul Molitor, Hall of Famer.
Well, hey, start with the best. You should start with Molitor. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. See where you stand in the big leagues with facing a guy like that. So it was, it was a pretty incredible experience. And I remember my first ever win. I had gotten called up from AAA. I got sent out at the end of camp. Never even pitched in AAA. Got called up the first week to pitch against the Brewers in Milwaukee. And go out there. Missed my connecting flight because the first flight was late. So I spent the night in Minneapolis, had to catch a morning flight to Milwaukee, bus to the field for a Sunday afternoon game, and pitched into the 9th inning, went 8 in the 3rd. I think I gave up a run or 2, maybe. Pretty good game, and I get on the bus after the game, and Bo Jackson goes, I bet your parents are real proud of you, rookie, on and on it goes. And I said, yeah. He's like, let's call him. So Bo Jackson calls my mother. Calls my mom,
How
and
great is that?
It went exactly like you would expect. He's got the phone to his ear. She answers. Must have said hello. He's like, hello, this is Bo Jackson. Long pause. No, I'm serious. This is Bo Jackson. You would never believe. He was such a great teammate and was so great with my parents. But that was the highlight of that day. Getting on the bus and Bo Jackson saying, "I'm going to call your mom for you." And
what a great gesture for him, for this young left-hander.
He came up to me one day during a game. He's like, "What are you doing after the game, Rook?" I'm like, "I've got no plans." He's like, "You're coming with me." So we went out, hung out for a little bit with some friends of his, and then we went down to, I can't even remember the town it was, a little south of here, where he was renting a house.
Yes.
And we spent the night at his house.
Wow.
It was ridiculous. And then the next morning, we get up, we go have lunch, we come back. He's watching, soap operas on TV, and I'm sitting on the couch going, I'm back to the field for a game. He was awesome.
And wonderful lifelong memories.
Yeah.
That you can carry with you from that. The little visit to the mound there, and Seymour ready to pitch again here. Guzman takes that one down and in. So a little bit of a spot with the Rays holding this 2-run lead. And Guzman's shown a pretty good bat.
He has, and you were talking about it in last night's game, how aggressive he is. You get that ball near the zone, forget in the zone, near the zone, he's going to cut it loose.
And there's the changeup, and sometimes you can take advantage of that aggressive nature.
That is pitching 101. Sometimes it's maybe a little bit more advanced than that, but you're right. If you got, especially an aggressive hitter with runners in scoring position, or in this case, a runner in scoring position, they become even more aggressive.
And it's popped up. Foul ball going to carry out a play. So he's got that fastball and the changeup back and forth. And another foul ball. A late break on that pitch. And a big strikeout right there for Seymour. And Guzman is the second out.
Well, like we said, get it close to the zone, and you're going to get a swing from Guzman. Orlando held slow-mo replay, the changeup off the plate, and a big strikeout.
He opens the sequence to Madrigal with a fastball up out of the zone. Nick Madrigal. Limited at bats, but he came in with an average over 360. Foul ball shortstop. And the force play. Williamson to Palacios. 2 men left. We go to the 5th. Rays lead 3-1. Rays TV presented by Union Home Mortgage. Jose Siri now out there in left field, replacing Meckler. And in the 5th, Jonathan Aranda, who has 2 hits today and a run scored, a double and a single. Aranda, Mullins, and Caminero. First pitch, skied to the left side. Neno retreating out from shortstop. And he makes the catch in left field.
Dwayne, you know how you're getting old? I mean, there's probably a lot of ways we both feel like we're getting old. But you know one of the ways that you know you're getting old?
Yes.
I had the opportunity to meet Jonathan Aranda's father this morning in the hotel lobby, have a nice conversation with him.
Yep.
When the players that you're covering fathers look young, you're an old guy.
Yeah.
I mean, if you would have told me that was Jonathan's older brother,
yes,
I would have said, okay,
yep,
that makes a lot of sense. But no, it's his dad. It was like Jalen Brunson's dad last night when the Knicks won the championship.
Yeah.
He was hugging him on the court. And they're like, that's Jalen Brunson's dad. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
That guy, that's a dad of a play. Okay.
Yeah, well, that's one of the ways you can tell.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sometimes when you get out of bed at 3 in the morning to,
Well, that's
all
another
of a sudden,
one.
right, the hip locks up on you.
There's Aranda in the Rays dugout. 2 for 3 on the day. Ground ball, that's going to go through. Base hit into right for Cedric Mullins. So off the lefty. And Mullins with a single walk and another base hit
Third
in
baseman,
the game.
number 13, Junior Caminero.
Well, Cedric over there at first base. Junior Caminero. Runner takes off, and there will be no throw. Pitch up a little bit. Porter had a little trouble on the exchange. Mitt the hand there, and a stolen base for Mullins.
It wouldn't have mattered.
11th.
Yeah, if the transition was perfect, it would not have mattered. This ball is going to come loose. It takes a beat for him to get started towards home plate, and even if he's able to handle that pitch, there's no chance they were getting Cedric there.
Chopper deep short, going to be a long throw. Oh, what a play. And they got there just in time. What a play by Neto to get there, and then the throw and to make it accurately.
That's that is definitely a top 5 play that we've seen this year. I mean, the way he had to range into the hole and then just to throw it falling away. I mean, didn't turn, try to get into it, just laid it out there perfectly. A short hop. Boy, that's as good as it gets. Wow.
Well, here's Chandler Simpson. Fly ball left field coming on Siri, and on the run he makes the catch. Rays leave a man at third and have a 3-1 lead. Celebrate your Dominican heritage at Tropicana Field coming up Friday, June 26th. When the Rays take on the Diamondbacks, fans can purchase a Dominican Heritage ticket package, including a seat to the game and a Junior Caminero Dominican Heritage bobblehead. Visit RaysBaseball.com/Dominican Heritage. Ian Seymour back to the hill for the Rays, facing Donovan Walton. Walton, the DH, hitting out of the 8th spot. A ball, no strikes to count to him. Logan Porter will be next. Two balls, no strikes. Walton, a long one, high and deep to right. Mason Jr. to the wall, and that one is gone. Walton on a 2-0 pitch, left on left, and that's exactly what the ball did. It left. 3-2 Rays. First hit given up by Seymour, and it's a long one.
Everything on time with that swing. He had the right count. You could keyhole, you could eliminate pitches, and he got a fastball with a little bit of elevation, and he got it out of here. It's a very tight game now.
Logan Porter, catcher up there. He struck out his first time. Pitch in for a strike, which takes the count to 1-1.
Probably 4 or 5 years ago, Dwayne, I was working out at Powerhouse in Tampa, and was introduced to Logan Porter. At that point, he was an A-ball, AA, or had maybe made it to AA with the Royals as a catcher. And we were talking, wondering how much longer he was going to hold on, and how much quicker he could potentially move through the system, and on it goes. And all of a sudden, you see his name pop up. That here he's on the roster, and you got a chance, and you go back and follow him. And I haven't seen him since then. It's been a few years, but here he has meandered his way through the minor leagues and got his opportunity in the big leagues. Nice kid. Really nice kid.
2-2 the count. That's a popper, going to be out of play. Out of Phoenix and Northwestern Oklahoma State. Count is full now. And he takes that pitch upstairs. So after the home run, the walk to Porter.
You see Kevin Cash there. You get the feeling Rays need to turn this around and win a ball game. And so I think he's going to be pretty aggressive here, getting new pitchers in if need be.
Neto aggressively goes after that pitch for a strike. Rays do have some action in the bullpen. There's Kevin Kelly.
And he's one of the higher leverage guys. He's gotten a lot of big outs for the Rays this year. But you really kind of need to right the ship. We talked about it, not playing well against teams that aren't really good. And just overall not playing well over the last couple of weeks. Had that sweep of the Red Sox, which was nice. But that has gone by the wayside here over the last couple of days. So you need to win a game.
Fly ball into left. Chandler's going to be there to make the catch.
And these guys, it's easy for us to sit up here in our little catbird seat, but for the guys down on the field, you know, they're focused on today. What do we got to do to hold on and win today? But we also can see a little bit bigger picture.
Yep.
That you gotta start to turn it around today.
Yep.
You're going up north to play the Dodgers, and you know that that's going to be a tussle. Things don't get any easier. In fact, they get much harder.
Trout, which is a strike. Yeah, that's why it's been an interesting season as you look around the major leagues in both leagues, and it's teams that have lost games that you would expect them maybe to win, and then vice versa.
Oh yeah. Which, by the way, that's the very nature of baseball.
Yeah.
But to your point earlier, you have to beat the teams you're supposed to beat. You don't have to sweep them, but if you're noticeably better than a team on paper, you have to go out and handle your business if you want to get where you plan on going.
Yeah, a little tap out at first. So moving up to second is Porter. Trout retired for the second out. So there's a big bat to get. And Jose Siri's coming to the plate. He replaced Meckler in left field in the top of the inning. Siri entered as a pinch hitter last night and then later belted a home run. He takes strike one.
Had no challenge. That ball was well above the zone.
This went below the zone for a ball. 1-1. Upstairs, laid off the fastball up there. 2 balls and a strike. And 3-1. Coming into this series, Siri had hit over 580 on the road and barely 200 at home. Now a strike, and it's 3-2. And They hit that home run in their 4-run 7th last night. Hit it with a man on. The base hit in Friday's game, way up there. So the 2-out walk, 2 walks in the inning. Joe Adele will be the hitter, and Siri heads down to first. A lot of pitches in the 4th inning there for Seymour. Adele waves and misses. Strike 1. How about this? Adele 342 off Ray's pitching over his last 10 games against him, with 5 home runs and 13 runs batted in. 0-2. Ball, 2 strikes. Adele with 1 at bat in his career against Seymour, 0 for 1. And he hits this one a mile, but well foul. I mean, a mile. Into the 2nd deck. But early, and it's just a foul ball. Porter second, Siri at first. Up the right side, that's going to be foul and into the screen. So these pitches from Seymour to Adele, the big pitches of this game so far. The Rays lead is 1, 2 men on, 2 men out, the 1-2. And we're going to go to 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the chopper left side. Oh, and that ball's going to get through. That will score Porter. All the way to 3rd goes Siri. And that ball found its way through, and boy, that's frustrating.
I will tell you why. Junior Caminero screened out Ben Williamson. That was another play where Junior's going to take a tough hop, cut in front of Williamson, and screen him. So he's not able to get the tough hop, but he screens Williamson, and it eats him up. Williamson never saw that coming because Junior cut in front of him. Boy, we have seen this more and more. That's almost an impossible play for Junior, and it makes it even more impossible for Williamson to make.
And just like that, it's a tie game.
How many times have we seen that here in the last week or so?
A little more than you'd like to see.
Yeah, and it has gone poorly almost every time.
Shown well, and that's a strike. He's been hit twice in this game.
I mean, that's just a brutal hop for Junior to handle. And when he then crosses in front of Ben, Ben has no chance.
Low. Shotwell checking his swing.
The catcher is challenging the call of ball.
And Fiducia is going to challenge the ball and strike call there.
The pitch is a strike. The count is 0-2.
So
Tampa has 2 challenges remaining.
0-2. The Rays retain both their challenges. A 2-strike count. Upstairs. Ground ball, backhand. and stop. Nicely done by Aranda, who steps on first to retire the side. 2-run score. We're now tied 3-3. Rays TV brought to you by Orlando Health. We make it personal. And by Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet. Southern California. Rays and the Angels tied 3-3. And the new pitcher for Los Angeles, Brent Sutter. Richie Palacios up there to lead off. Ball, no strikes.
Well, 52% on the fastball, but he splits them up almost evenly between two-seam, four-seam, change-up, slider.
There's a foul ball up the right side.
Rays have seen him a number of times in this season series.
A wave and miss, 1 and 2. Well, Rodriguez worked 2 1/3. Celsa 2/3. Pomerantz a couple innings. And a hot shot. Oh, stop. Shotwell back of the bag. Palacios making a bid for an extra base hit up that right field side. And denied by Shotwell.
You know, where you can't just outwardly shift anymore against a left-handed hitter, when you take that shortstop, put him up the middle, you can play that first baseman a touch closer to the line. And that obviously is to Shotwell's benefit as he's able to make that play.
So 1 gone. Here's Williamson. Suter worked an inning in last night's game. Back out there today. There's a strike. Ray's got a couple hits, but no runs off him. And there's a line drive and a leaping catch by Madrigal. Well, the defense helping him out here in the 6th inning. And Williamson made a bid for a hit, but is out number 2.
That frustrating, no question. Homered earlier in this game, and then boom, a line drive the other way. Had to feel pretty good about it off the bat, but Madrigal takes it away.
Hunter Fiducia looks at a strike. It's inside a bit. 1-1. And Suter not wasting any time between pitches, and now Fiducia steps out on him.
Yeah, and you know, Fiducia only gets one of those. Each hitter only gets one timeout. But you're right, Suter is, even in the day and age of the pitch clock, he is getting it going.
He scored 2 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th inning. LA opened the scoring with a run in the 2nd, then 2 in the 5th. A 2-2 count on Fiducia. Ground ball to the left side, and that's going to be Guzman, the third baseman, making that play. He was so far off the bag at third. Bottom of inning 6 coming up, 3-3 game.
It's terrifying what happens when...
The 5-3 lead. Home run to center.
And what a sweep for the Tampa Bay Rays.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Tampa Bay Rays and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Tampa Bay Rays.
Well, the Rays have Kevin Kelly on the mound now, their third pitcher of the game. This is Guzman to lead it off, and a bounder down to third. A big scoop by Caminero to come up with that, and throws him out.
That's another one of those tough hops. You can't quite get close enough to get a true short hop. You're trying to make your way, and you just kind of ole Roger Dorn style.
Nicely done.
Nick Madrigal.
A lot of work for that two-seam fastball with Kelly. Very similar to Legumina. You know, they have that similar arm slot. They get some pretty good jump to their pitches. Obviously, the fastball is going to get really good arm side run. See that? I mean, right there. You can see that thing just takes off across the zone.
The catcher is challenging the corner ball.
Good job. Good challenge. It's going to be a strike.
We got one last inning.
The pitch is a strike. The count is 1-1, and Tampa has 2 challenges remaining.
The Rays still with 2 challenges remaining.
Look at that takeoff. I mean, right to the arm side. Fiducia just, boy, freezes it right there at the top of the zone and said, hey, that's a strike.
And the breaking pitch lifted into the outfield where Cedric Mullins is there to catch it. 2 up, 2 down.
Designated hitter, number 35, Donovan Walton.
Donovan Walton, who hit the home run to open the 2-run 5th. Chopper to first. Kelly to cover. Takes the toss from Aranda. A 1-2-3 quick inning. On to the 7th. 3-3.
Welcome to Fitting In. Welcome to Standing Out. Welcome to a helping hand.
For every hit this season, Suncoast Credit Union donates $79 to local nonprofits. Visit suncoast.com/raise for more information. On to the 7th. And a wave and miss by Mesa Jr. Strike 1. Facing the left-hander Brent Suter out there. Yandy Diaz will be next, and then Jonathan Aranda. 1-1. How about that? He gets after it. 11.6 seconds between pitches. Fastest in the big leagues, and there's a base hit. So Mesa Jr. is aboard. Let's see if the Rays can do something with this.
Well, got to be ready to go, and Mesa Jr. was. That pitch just floated, hung up out over the plate, gets his arms extended, gets the barrel on it, gets it out into right field, and let's see the Rays offense can start to make things work.
Over to first, back in, standing up. Yandy faced Suter last night, hit a fly ball to right field. 0 for 1 in the series against him. Ground ball third, comes up on Guzman, down to second 1. First base 2 on the 5-4-3 double play. So the base hit, and 2 pitches later the double play ball.
Sharply hit, but right at Guzman. And then there is the feed to Madrigal. There's Shonowell.
Jonathan Aranda bats with the bases empty. He's 2 for 3, scored a run in the 3rd. Fly ball back into center. Trout with a lot of territory and makes the catch. So a quick 7th inning. 7th inning stretch time. We're tied 3-3.
Well, let's take a look at a game summary. And, both of the starting pitchers out of this game early today. One by design, one not so much. Casey Legumina getting the start before giving way to the rest of the Rays bullpen, Ian Seymour, and now Kevin Kelly. On the other side, Grayson Rodriguez, some discomfort through a pitch that didn't look right. He ended up coming out of the game, so this is what it's become. The battle of the bullpens. The Rays had a 3-1 lead. The Angels have come back now and tied it up as we head into the home half of the 7th inning. It's getting late. Margin for error is small. It's time to execute. Goes for us up here too, Dwayne. We got to execute at a high level to finish this thing off.
Yeah, a lot of these games and telecasts decided in the late innings.
Yes. Yeah, and it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Did we start sloppy today? We sure did. We sure did, but that's okay. We are tightening up here towards the end.
So here we go into the bottom of the 7th. 7th inning brought to you by Hyundai. Well, for the Rays, Legumina was the opener. Pitched an inning in 2/3. Seymour 3 1/3. He gave way to Kevin Kelly, who put together a 1-2-3-6. And he will face Logan Porter, who has struck out and walked. And turned that walk into the tying run in that 2-run 5th. Pitch is a strike. Porter with a strikeout and a base on balls. And one of the things Kelly did is put together a very quick 6th inning, just 5 pitches. And then in the top of the 7th, Suter put together a 7-pitch inning. The count's 2-1 here on Porter. And we'll even the count. Some big outs for the Rays. Last time out Tuesday in the Red Sox series when the Rays won 4-3. It's going to be strike 3 call. So one away in the 7th.
Throws him on the changeup. And the thing about Kevin Kelly, that gives the same kind of movement as the 2-seamer. Look at how that ball just kind of out there on the outside part of the plate. There's the changeup grip, the change of speed, and it rolls itself right back into the zone. Porter cannot pull the trigger.
That's a big swing and a miss by Neto. Strike 1. In that game Tuesday against Boston, Kelly came into the game in the 8th inning when the Rays lead had been cut to 1 and nobody out with the man at second base, and he got the top of their order on 3 ground balls to preserve the lead, and ultimately the Rays won that game 4-3. A little close here. A 1-2-3-6 for Kelly in this game. A strikeout to begin the 7th. 1-1 to Neto with Mike Trout on deck. One and 2. Legumina for an inning and 2/3 as the opener, then Seymour 3 1/3. And a big cut and miss. So back-to-back strikeouts, one looking and this one swinging. Neto out number 2.
Another changeup. And this one he runs in, down and in. Our Orlando Health slow-mo replay. And Neto thinks he's getting a fastball down the middle. Instead, it's a changeup rolling down underneath his swing. We talked about how Neto sits right up on the plate, so you don't have a lot of room in there to work with, but he got it done there.
The first pitch strike just above the knees to Mike Trout. Well, you see Trout in June.
The June swoon.
Yep. So 1-1 count. 15 home runs on the year and 1 this month.
He has become a true pull for power guy. He takes a ton of walks, so he's got a really high on base percentage.
Shoots it into right center field, however. That's going to one-hop the wall. He's headed to second and will be in there with a double.
That's like the old Mike Trout swing. Boy, he stayed inside that baseball, and maybe because of the arm angle of Kevin Kelly, he realizes that's my best shot, especially if I can get my arms extended. But this ball starts to roll back. He stays inside it, gets good extension, and drills that ball deep into right center field. That ball well struck. And, well, time to make some pitches here. Angels with a chance out there. And you can see what we were talking about, the pull for power. That's only just his 8th hit to the right side.
And Jose Siri in the batter's box now. Kelly starts him with a strike. With that foul ball. Siri connected last night after entering the game as a pinch hitter in the 6th. They homered in the 7th in their 4-run inning. Upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chopper foul, holding the count at 1-2. First career matchup for Kelly and Siri. 2 strikeouts, then the double by Trout. Now 1-2 on Jose Siri. And a swing and a miss. So 3 strikeouts in the inning. Trout is left stranded at second. And at the end of 7, we are tied 3-3.
Argo, terms apply.
Well, we are back here at Angels Stadium, the 16.7-mile drive, give or take, from Long Beach State University back here to Angel Stadium. Had to do a little wardrobe change. I'll tell you what, fellas, it's been a little bit steamy out here on the West Coast in Southern California, but how much fun it was to go over to Long Beach State to reminisce on Evan Longoria and his history as a dirtbag, legendary there at Long Beach State University. And guys, talking with John and of course Coach TJ as well, sharing so many good stories of Longo. You learn about all of the work ethic that was put in to make him not only a first-round draft pick, but to blossom into one of the greatest Rays to ever play this game. So guys, it was a great trip out there. Longo Legacy Weekend coming up in less than a month. We'll have much more from TJ and John coming up next month as well, fellas.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that again as the Rays honor Evan Longoria. Here we are in the 8th inning. Cedric Mullins leading off against Sam Bachman and is ahead of the count 3-0. He's been on base all 3 times today. 2 singles and a walk sandwiched in between. And it's now 3-1. Also a stolen base on the day. And Bachman, 26-year-old right-hander.
How about that? 55% slider. He throws 98 on average.
And he gives up a walk.
Yeah.
Just with the 3-1 slider.
Number 13,
so Mullins is aboard for Junior Caminero.
Well, maybe this is where Junior can get it going. And when you look at Bachman, he has gone now 13 consecutive innings, his last 12 appearances without giving up a run. So he's thrown the ball very well coming out of the pen, but the leadoff walk, not too good for him. And let's see if the Rays get, oh, how about that?
And there goes Mullins, and he's going to steal that one. He went sliding in, but there was no play at all. He could have walked in.
Yeah.
And now he's in scoring position.
I think that right here, look at him get the moving lead, times it perfectly, and I think he only slid, Dwayne, to not run through the bag like Joe Adell did.
Yep.
Just stopping his momentum.
Oh, a drive high and deep to left. Siri's going to go back to the wall, and it's gone. Home run, Caminero. On an 0-1 pitch, and the Rays grab the lead. Junior Caminero connects, and that's, for him, his 15th home run. And he has to feel good about that one. There's been some frustration recently, and he unleashed that shot. Chandler Simpson. Now he puts down a bunt, picked up quickly in the throw to first from Porter to Shadowell. Let's take another look at the Caminero home run.
Yeah, maybe Sam Bachman's still a little chapped about giving up the stolen base because he hung a breaking ball. That was a breaking ball that hung in. That was backing up on him. And Junior Caminero able to pull the hands in and get enough of it. Watch the hands come in as this breaking ball starts heading in towards him. And he's able to swat it out, get it out of there, get back on track. First home run. This is his 11th game. First home run out of the last 10.
First pitch to Palacios is a strike.
First runs that Bachman has given up in a couple of weeks.
Now a liner into right. That's a fair ball. Up the line. Palacios is going to dig for two, and he'll get in there head first, well ahead of the throw. So Palacios with his 5th double of the year, and he's in scoring position now with only one out.
Number 15, Ben Williamson.
See where that pitch was. Just kind of rolled in right on the inside corner. Nice job by Palacios. Clear the hips and get that ball down the line, and then good hustle. Joe Adell's got a good throwing arm out there in right field, but no chance to get Richie. Chad Mottola right now telling him, didn't that feel good? Didn't that feel good to hit that ball out into the stands? You know, you give the fans souvenirs, you give us runs. Good job, kid.
First home run since the Detroit series. Now Ben Williamson. There's a strike. Williamson homered in the 4th inning. Chopper is going to be scooped by Guzman. The throw to first for the out. And Palacios moves up to 3rd. He'll be there. 2 gone. Hunter Fiducia will try to get him home. Yeah, the last home run for Caminero had been on the Detroit series right at the end of May. That's ball 1. And the big home run delivered in the 8th inning today for Junior Caminero. 1-1.
Well, let's take a look at Junior Caminero. His home runs by pitch types, a StatCast powered by Google Cloud. And you see fastballs leading the way. The breaking ball there, gain 1. Now he's got 5. 1 off the off speed, which are change-ups and splits. That's about, that falls right in line with a young hitter. A young hitter that can handle the fastball. You spin him a breaking ball, he'll hit that out, but off speed can sometimes give him trouble.
Paduccia takes that one down, 2-2. And the count is full. Do it again. Ground ball, that's going to go through, and the Rays are going to pick up another run. Palacios scores as Paduccia comes through with a big 2-out hit, making it a 3-run inning. And the Rays now lead 6-3.
Number 25, Victor Mesa Jr.
So the Rays go right to work. A walk, 3 hits, 2-run homer by Caminero. Double by Palacios, RBI single Paduccia. Victor Mesa Jr. It's a strike. There's right fielder. Singled in the 7th, batting again in the 8th. And there's a shot, well tagged, deep right center field, and that baby's gone. Into the seats in right center field off the bat of Mesa Jr. His 2nd home run of the year for the Rays. Paduccia scores in front of him, and the Rays have broken this one open here in the 8th inning.
What about the sound of the ball coming off that bat? I mean, that's where you didn't even wonder.
Well, a walk to open the inning, and since then, home run, double, single, and a home run. All of that around a bunt attempt thrown out at first and a ground ball to third. Angels break up the conference on the mound after a visit from Mike Maddox, their pitching coach. Oh, that was a missile. And here's Yandy Diaz, the 8th hitter to come to the plate in the inning. Strike 1. Yandy looking to get on base. That pitch a little close, bends him back. Get that on base streak going. And a walk in yesterday's game last night to continue it. 0 for 4 so far in this one. And that's ball 2. 2-1. Here's the box for the Rays lineup today, totaling 8 runs. And now Yandy ahead in the count, 3-1. Good reach base in 26 consecutive games, dating back to May the 12th. And he's drawn the walk here, and he's on base again, so he extends the streak to 27 consecutive games.
How about that? And he has now tied his 2nd longest streak, longest 29, but now he's got 2 at 27, getting it done a lot of different ways. I like this number right here. being very productive on the course of that streak, driving in 23 runs. He's got 7 doubles, 7 home runs, part of the 36 hits, walking 14 times. He's just doing it all. And that goes back, and we've talked about it during the course of this streak, that goes back to when his batting average for the first time all season had dipped below 300.
Yep.
Went down to 293. He had 2 consecutive, imagine this, 2 games in a row in Toronto. He went 0 for 5.
Yeah.
0 for what? Well, he's made up for lost ground since then.
Well, he opened this day hitting .325, which was second in the league, but he's been atop the league a lot. Jonathan Aranda. Aranda, the 9th man to come to the plate in the 8th for the Rays. They have scored 5 times. Oh, 2. At that one down, 1 ball 2 strikes. Two and 2. 30 pitch inning for Bachman. Swung on and missed. The Rays send 9 men to the plate. The big blow, the home run by Junior Caminero to get things started after the walk to Mullins. And the Rays build an 8-3 lead. Well, the Rays will wrap it up here against the Angels and then head into Los Angeles proper, and they will be taking on the Dodgers, led by Shohei Ohtani. That series will begin tomorrow. We will see Ohtani. It would appear he'll work from the mound on Wednesday.
That's a nooner out here.
Yeah.
3 o'clock mid-afternoon back home.
Mm-hmm.
Prime time.
Yep. Craig Kimbrell's going to take over on the mound here in the bottom of the 8th for the Rays. Well, the Dodgers 45 and 27 for the year. Second best record in the majors.
Freddie Freeman continues to get it done. Shohei Ohtani as a hitter and a pitcher. Been bothered by a little knee inflammation.
Well, there's Craig Kimbrell's career numbers. 440 saves in his career with a .265 earned run average.
How about the 14 strikeouts per 9 for a career?
Yeah,
that looks like a typo.
Yeah, you could see for a season or 2 or 3, but for your career,
yeah, those are such huge numbers. Fastball, sweeper, curve.
Oh, and now he hits Adele with a 2-1 pitch. And that's the last thing he wanted to do.
Ball took off on him. Kimbrell's got that unique arm slot, kind of lower 3/4. Gets underneath the baseball right there, and it just runs in. Adele doesn't have a chance. Catches him right in the top of that left wrist.
Well, Shauna will do up here. He's been hit by a pitch twice today. The Rays with 3 hit batters. Shonowell last time up grounded out to first. Pitch too high. Shonowell Came into the game hitting .260 with 4 home runs, 25 runs batted in. Another miss by Kimbrel. 2-0. There's a strike. 2-1. Now it's a 3-ball, 1-strike count. Calling time to clear something around the helmet. There's a strike. So a full count. Hit batter and now a 3-2 count. 9 pitches in. And a walk. And again, grabbing the lead as the Rays did at the top of the inning. The last thing they want to see is Los Angeles base runners, and they have 2 on a hit batter and a walk. And Kyle Snyder will take a walk out to the mound.
Yeah, those are the ones that hurt. That's why Kyle Snyder going out there trying to get this inning back, back in hand. The unforced errors, a couple of base hits, that's one thing, but you can't defend the hit by pitch. You can't defend the walk. You do have the 5-run lead, but we saw how quickly the Rays put 5 on the board.
Yeah, it can happen in a hurry, and that's what Kyle Snyder's out there trying to prevent. So Kyle heads back to the dugout. Denzer Guzman. Up last year with the Angels and back up now. The first pitch is a strike. Guzman had been at AAA, hitting .336 down there with 12 home runs. He can also run 9 stolen bases. There's a hit and a run batted in this game. And swings and misses. 0-2. Kimbrel trying to get that first out. Guzman a good series against the Rays, 5 of 11. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Up right side. Palacios out from second. Coming in from right field, Mason Jr. takes charge. As Palacios hit the deck to get out of the way. And that's the first out. 1 out at a time.
Well, that's how you know you've taken charge of a situation completely. The other guy just folds up and goes down. Just goes down like a... Right here, just go into the fetal position like a big bear's coming.
Trying to make himself as small as possible. Nick Madrigal. First pitch is too high. Again. He's facing his fourth hitter. He's been behind 3 of them. And way behind now, Madrigal. 3 balls, no strikes. That's a 4-pitch walk. A hit batter and 2 walks, and the bases are loaded with 1 out. There's a borderline pitch. Let's take another look at that. Maybe he had a shot. Kevin Cash comes out. That's going to be it. Kimbrel will depart. We'll be back with the new Rays pitcher in a moment.
Now at Rooms to Go.
The bottom of the 8th inning, 8-3, the Rays in Los Angeles against the Angels before they start a series against the Dodgers tomorrow. And a big spot for Garrett Clevenger. 1 out, bases loaded. The Rays built a 5-run top half of the 8th to grab the lead. And now Clevenger on. Walton, the left-handed hitter, is going to be lifted, and Trey Mancini will pinch hit for him, with Angels on every base. Clevenger, the 5th pitcher for the Rays in this game. Mancini fouls the first one. Mancini with 1 at bat here against Clevenger. 0 for 1 in his career against the Rays lefty. Oh, 2, cut and miss. Cut and miss there. He cut loose. 99 it registers. 99.
Hey,
wow.
Yeah, without a doubt. You know, Clevenger comes into an impossible situation with the bases juiced here. And boy, he comes right at Mancini and saves the best for last. 99, powers it right by him, top of the zone. That's the thing with Clevenger. You know, you saw his numbers. The ERA a little elevated, the whip much too high at over 1.5. But in just over 15 innings of work, he did have the 22 strikeouts. So that speaks to the stuff. You know he's got good stuff. It's about being able to command it and to be able to be in that zone. And when he is, he's not a lot of fun to face.
Well, Logan Porter, the catcher, will be lifted in favor of Oswald Peraza. Loaded, 2 gone. Clevenger just missed there. A ball, no strikes. Peraza, 1 prior at bat against the Rays left-hander Clevenger. Grounded out. Ball 2.
Another potential challenge right there that kind of goes by the wayside. It could have been 1-1. And the Rays have 2 challenges. They would have won that one. It would have been 1-1 on the count.
Fouling it back, 2-1. Yeah, we've seen the Rays in the past be very aggressive, and they have not been so today.
No, it's funny how it goes in waves. You know, they'll be very aggressive, and then all of a sudden there feels like there's a reluctance. You know, maybe you miss a couple in some low leverage situations, and it gets talked about, and guys then all of a sudden back off from using it.
Now strike.
Oh, there's a challenge there. This is going to be interesting.
The batter challenging the call strike.
It's so
the Angels
close.
Going to challenge here.
Yeah, so close, top of the zone. Did it just scrape it? It did.
The pitch is a strike. The count is 2-2. Los Angeles has one challenge remaining.
So the count 2-2, just a piece of that zone up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Clevenger to the plate, way up, a little something extra on that one. He struck out Mancini with 99 and went up way out of the zone with 98 there. The count is full. Here it is. And strike 3 called. And Peraza wants to challenge it again.
He's going to lose it again. He's going to lose both challenges here in this at-bat. Forget the inning.
And that's going to catch the edge. So the strikeout is confirmed. And the Rays get out of that. Los Angeles leaving the bases loaded. 2 strikeouts for Clevenger. And we're going to go to the 9th. There it is, right there on the outside corner. 8-3 Rays. It's an 8-3 ball game as we go to the top of the 9th inning. The Rays with that 5-run 8th. It was Cedric Mullins who led off that inning, and he will lead off the 9th. And the first pitch he takes is a ball. Mullins and Caminero and Simpson coming up. Pitch is popped up on the right side of Madrigal, and Shanovel's going to be Madrigal, the second baseman, handling that. Mullins is out, number 1.
Third baseman, number 13, Junior Caminero.
Junior Caminero, who hit the 2-run home run, is 15th of the year. Ryan Zefferyan out there. Pitch is down. Zefferyan, the 6th pitcher of the game for the Angels. Ground ball to short. Caminero is out, number 2.
Left fielder, number 14, Chandler Simpson.
And it will be Chandler Simpson. Picked up 2 RBIs, opened the scoring for the Rays back in the 3rd with a base hit. Driving in 2. Which is a strike.
Was it? Maybe the Rays were told no challenges today.
Maybe. I mean, it would seem that way.
That was up above the zone. It wasn't borderline.
0-2. Slider had some depth and good break to it. Way up. Fastball there, 97. Well, that's a ball, and the count goes to 2-2.
Fastball right there on the edge at 99. He's tapping. They don't have any challenges left. Those were all went bye-bye when Peraza. He wasted strike 2 and strike 3. on challenges.
So now the count is full. Strike 3 call. A 1-2-3 ninth inning, and we go to the bottom of the ninth with the Rays holding this 8-3 lead. Zach Neto will lead it off. Trout and Siri to follow.
Motion for life.
It's an 8-3 ball game. Bottom of inning 9 coming. Brian Baker's going to be the pitcher for the Rays, and it will be the top of the lineup coming up for the Angels.
Well, Brian Baker, he has done a job. 18 out of 21 in the save department. Not a save situation here, but he's got the sub-2 ERA, a sub-1 whip.
And there's a first pitch strike to Zach Neto.
Mostly the fastball, the changeup, and you can see that he uses those two pitches 95% of the time. The slider very occasional.
It's popped up straight back foul, going to be out of play. Into the field seats. 0-2. And the Rays wrapping up the series against the Angels. They'll play the Dodgers Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Long one foul. Martinez tomorrow, Drew Rasmussen on Tuesday, and Shane McClanahan will work the Wednesday game. 2 night games and a day game against the Dodgers. Down in that Wednesday game, it will be Shane McClanahan against Shohei Ohtani. So a great day matchup there. Swing and a miss. And Neto is the first out here in the 9th inning. Take a look at the matchups in the Dodgers series.
Well, Nick Martinez, always fun to watch. Going to give Lauer, remember him from Toronto. And then you got Drew Rasmussen against Robleski. It's a pretty good matchup there too. You look at their numbers, and then you've got McClanahan Ohtani on Wednesday to finish it off. The marquee.
Yep. Trout taking a strike. He's 2 outs away from ending this series with a victory. Baker has come in throwing strikes. Big swing there. At 99, Trout trying to catch up to that. Heat on that one. 99 up out of the zone. And that's going to do it. He got him looking.
And that was a ball. And they have no challenges left because of Peraza. Again, the last time that they were up at bat, he wasted 2 challenges in 1 at bat. Watch where this pitch is. It's not close. But you'll take it.
They will indeed. The 10th strikeout for Rays pitching. So with 2 gone, here is Jose Siri. And he's missing the fastball. Good old hard ball right there, 99. And the swing through on the miss up. Oh, look out. And that ball got him on the hand. So Siri was hit by a pitch. That's the last thing Baker wanted to do.
Right fielder, number
7. It gets tight in there.
So it's Adele. Swinging and missing. Well, Adele has been on 4 times. A single, a walk, an RBI single, and the hard way hit by a pitch in the 8th. Series going to head down to second. The ball back of second, and right there for the pickup. Palacios, and the throw to first will end it. And the Rays win the final game of this series. It's an 8-3 final. The Rays out hitting the Angels 11-5. Kelly will get the win. Bachman will take the loss.
Now let's go back to the 8th inning. Our Advent Health plays of the game. A tight ball game, a tie ball game. Not any longer. Junior Caminero gets a hanging breaking ball, gets it out into the left field seats to make it 5-3, and then a few hitters later,